Well, let's try this again. Been running into some technical issues today. Like every day. Who am I kidding? Doing a special today, doing a lot of Jim Croce music. This next one is You Don't Mess Around with Jim, Slim, and Carl. You don't mess around with Carl either, yeah. In any event, you know, Jim Croce wrote so many great songs from our back in the day time, you know, mid-late 70s, and this is one of them. This is one of the more iconic, one of the ones better well known to me anyway. It was my sort of intro into listening to Jim Croce. And yes, I had Jim Croce Grady Hits 8-track playing in my Pioneer Super Tuner and my Volkswagen Beetle back in 1970 whatever. So yep. Well, back in the day. All right, well, let's go ahead and listen to this. Taking a minute to come, so give it a minute here. He'll be here. He's coming. Here he is. Here you go. One moment. Okay. There we go. Trying to make it as loud as I can, by the way.
Got its hustlers, Bowery got its bumps, 42nd Street got Big Jim Walker, he bull shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call Big Jim boss, just because. They say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, out of South Alabama come a country boy. He said, I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a fool shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but down at home they call me Slim. Yeah, I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street. He drive on a drop-top Cadillac. Last week he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say, Jack, don't you know that you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind,
dog.
You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, a hush fell over the pool room as Jimmy come bopping in an awful street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the soles of the big man's feet. Yeah, he was cutting about 100 places, and he was shot in a couple more. And you better believe it sung a different kind of story when the Big Jim hit the floor. They're saying you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Yeah, Big Jim got his hat. Find out where his hat is not hustling people strange to you, even if you do got a two-piece custom-made pool cue. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't speed into the wind, you don't pull the mask off old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim.
Yeah, you don't mess around with Slim, do you? Old Big Jim found out where it was at. 42nd Street, Big Jim will walk out. You know, 42nd Street, that's the red light district in New York City, friend. That's where all the prostitution and stuff would go on. Sure enough, that would have been, you know, Jim Croce's backyard, because, you know, this song's kind of a play on his life. Funny times, good times, great memories. Whew. We used to listen to them all the time. I don't know what else I could say about Jim Croce and this particular song. It's a lesson to be had here about going out and hustling people strange to you, or even hustling people you do know. Hustling is just never a good idea. It had a bad connotation, not so much anymore. Now having a little side hustle is, you know, just you're out there working hard. Back then, a hustle meant to take unfair advantage of people. So that terminology is actually improving with time. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed listening to Jim. Get in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribing. Appreciate that. Ring the bell so you get notifications. And friends, thank you so much for listening. You are very much appreciated. Oh, and get in the comments and let me know if you like this new idea about doing a number of songs on the same musician in one night. That might be the way to go. I don't know. What do you think? Interested in your thoughts.